Hello viewers and welcome back to Factorio. So, I'm your host PPGchu, and today we will be, I'm trying to get the pollution filter back up, but anyhow, today we're going to be playing we're going to be expanding on our little factory here, mainly in the area of iron production, because currently we have about seven functioning iron mining drills here, where 3 of ours is shut down, and our new electric furnace line is, well, it's just chewing up resources at a pace in which we just can't really contain it. So, with that said, I need to make a chain that that pretty much makes this a little bit more, rather, I need to do something about that. I need to make that area a little bit more efficient, and I've elected to go out and get a few production facilities which will pretty much just do that for us. So yeah, currently we're using, we need more electric plate, or we need more iron plates than we can currently manage, meaning that we'll need to sort of increase production of iron plates so we can sort of balance that out. And currently, I need some more of these fast transport belts. But anyhow, what I plan on doing in the near future is that I want to make a little transport belt highway that connects to a nearby source of iron ore. And currently on the map, the green dot is us. I see a big blob right here, and it also has access to some coal and some more iron later on, which I think would be quite nice to have around in the future. So right now I'm trying to make a transport belt line that will take us into that area. So, evidently it's proving quite difficult to get through these forests, but yeah, I want to make this line just go into that general direction and really get onto that belt, and we'll really make this red line something of a little transport highway for us to really use. So with that said, I want to get through all of these trees and all of this stuff, and really just get a connection going over there. Now, yeah, that is a little bit far away. It's at the edge of my screen over there, and the reason I'm making this a red line is because I expect it to use a copious amount, or rather, I expect it to produce a copious amount of resources, an amount that we possibly won't be able to transport efficiently on a regular line. Hopefully that's the case, and hopefully we'll be able to get this set up quite nicely, so that's sort of that. Damn it. I want this line to run slightly to the north of it, because I want to make a whole bunch of yellow conveyor belt lines that sort of just link up to it afterwards. So yeah, so just right about here, that's good enough. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that in just a second here. Dang, I'm gonna need some more transport belts, but oh well, I have a whole entire set of those other ones, so it shouldn't be that bad. And we can also use some of these big electric poles, which have like a really, really long connection radius, so that'll be able to bring power all the way over here quite easily. So yeah, I mean, the factory is looking good, starting to produce more things, though it does have this little stall due to the lack of iron plates, unfortunately. I need some more conveyor belts, which I have copious amounts of right now, thanks to this entire line dedicated to producing them. And it's not for, you know, bad measure either. We actually do need a lot of these transport belts. So I'll grab a few of those, and I think I'll grab a few more gear sockets and some more stuff like that. I don't think I'll actually need that much ammunition. I don't think I'll need that many pipes as well. Those pipes I don't really need at all. And I'm just going to do some inventory cleanup here. Don't need these lamps either. There we go. And what I really want to do over here is I just want to make a little defensible area that I can protect, and one that I can work with too. So I'll come over there and I'll pluck down a lamp just immediately after getting over there, and I will start building. So we'll plug down a lamp like that. That'll give us some light here to work with, and all I really want to do is buy a few more of these electric mining drills, because we will need a lot of them, and I think I'll just get started in plucking them down. So yeah, I mean, all of these drills, their main purpose is their main purpose is really just to produce an absolute ton of iron for us to use, and furthermore transport it through the use of high-speed conveyor belts, so that it can effectively get to us back at our main base, which is a lot more protected, and really just go from there. Yeah, so as you can probably tell, this is going to be an absolutely massive array, which is really just going to speed forward industrialization, I suppose. So, yeah, it's going to be this large area. It's going to have these whole entire chains, and it's going to go up. It's going to connect to the belt at certain points. But again, I want that conveyor belt to use both lanes, so we'll have it like this. Now, this is a pretty major lane. This one is just going to directly connect. Oh my god, something shifted my path. There we go. So we're going to have two connect like that. And what I think I'll do for these ones over here is that, again, I mean, I want this to use both lanes. So, one more. No, actually, here. For this one, we're going to make it so that it's going to come out like that. And then it's going to just wrap around and back on. And likewise over here, we're going to do the same thing. It's going to come up, it's going to loop back around once we get up there, and it's effectively just going to dump the material onto that red line again, and really just the little chain here continues. This one, I think I'll yeah, I think it'll also go on like that. So it'll just continuously loop back on itself like that, and I suppose it'll just start to output in just a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get these factory chains started on. And that's gonna be a slight problem. I can't power up the ones in the middle here very effectively. I swear I did leave a gap for this. In that case, what can I do here? In that case, I think I'll just keep those there. I'll remove one in the middle, and I'll put one down like that. And same thing over here. I need to remove one, I suppose. Oh well, it's no big deal. I swear I left a little gap just for that there. These ones are... Oh, that's why. Yeah, I did leave a gap. I just put a conveyor belt in the wrong place. In that case, I'll get rid of all of these. These ones should be facing inwards like that. Whoops. Yeah, so this area should be actually conveyor belt free. Meaning that, okay, only these two chains are actually working, so this line doesn't need to be existing. And this line can then just link directly up to the actual transport network, I suppose. So we'll just make it yeah, we'll just make that one like that. Alright, so that's good. And it looks like this conveyor belt network actually doesn't do anything too. So yeah, so we can get rid of all of this. And yeah, you can probably see what I'm going for this. It's just sort of this setup that extracts the material, and then furthermore places it onto this highway of sorts that transports it back. Now the only problem is that this area is going to use a lot of electricity, and as we all know, electricity is going to attract those little bug things. So we're going to need to plug down a turret array to protect ourselves here. And I'm just going to do that fairly liberally, so I'm just going to spam these turrets really into a big ball of sorts and give them 50 ammunition each, because these turrets, they usually die before they actually use up all their ammunition. Though I don't want them to run remotely short in any circumstances, just because. So yeah, we'll arm them like that, and I don't believe the actual transport belt area will actually need to be protected, which is one thing. And I see that the transport belt is already working. There's already a backlog on it, meaning that it probably has filled up a good amount of the area already. So yeah, that is going to be one giant transport network. And hopefully that actually made a backlog all the way back to base. Oh wait, no, I see. There's a slight gap right there that we haven't solved. So we'll just grab some red belt, plate it right there. We'll place a single tile right, that's why the turret is blocking. Just get rid of the turret then. Oh. There we go. So the material will just then go through that belt, and let's see what happens to it. So it's gonna take a little bend here, which might slow it down slightly, but this is just gonna pour onto the main belt here. And yeah, pretty much it'll just do that. It'll go onto this area, and that should just overwhelm these electric furnaces, meaning that we'll need more, which is a good thing because that is exactly what we want. Yeah, and these electric furnaces, evidently there's a backlog that it's doing its thing. It's starting to use up those little plates at a very, very high efficiency. Okay, so that is good. Eventually when these little mining fields run out, we'll be able to replace that area with some other stuff. In the meantime, let's check out what our production rating is. Currently we're making 400 iron plates, so that is slightly lower than what we had originally been doing. Assuming that there were no problems present. So, going from there, we can improve on that location even more. The only thing is that I'm trying to figure out where we would move these assembly machines. You know what? Actually, here's what we'll do. I'm going to replace this production line with electric furnaces because we need the room, simply because this is one of the most protected locations there is, and those electric furnaces are quite valuable, so I don't want them getting damaged. The other thing is that in my mind, I don't need any more transfer belts, not for a very, 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 very long time, meaning that I actually don't need that line at all. So what we want to do is that we want to reconfigure this area completely. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to make these lines right here produce, we're actually going to replace the little machineries over here, and we're going to replace them with assembly machines too that we managed to sort of take off of the first area. And the reason that we're going to do this is because we want to make this area produce electric cogwheels now. So I'm going to repurpose this area. It's going to use those iron plates, and it's going to produce something new for a change. And yeah, it's going to produce these things because we want more of them now. And yeah, those cogwheels are starting to become more important as well, so it'll be nice to have a little bit more of them. Going from there, I think I'll have 2 more storage containers here, being able to pick them up, so that'll be sort of that. This area will actually really just depend on how many plates come their way, so that'll be that. And in the meantime, we won't need to have that, we won't need to have one of the junction locations anymore, so that'll be good. That'll give one line slightly more resources, so this will be a nice change. And yeah, pretty much. So I actually plan on relocating this little junction of splitters too eventually at one point. So that is another thing that we want to do. What am I requiring here? Some bricks. Alright, fair enough. We'll get a few more bricks, and oh wait, no, we already have a ton. Wait, no, are these? Yeah, these are electric furnaces. Now this area has to be symmetrical, so we're gonna have to replace that. And that'll pretty much just stack up like that. Now I'm gonna have to delay production again, unfortunately, but this time it's for a better purpose. So I still want this junction idea to be running, but I want to relocate it to a bigger area, I suppose, to a more suitable junction area, I suppose. So with that said, I want to put it somewhere over here instead, or on this side of the coal mine instead. So with that said, this will require a few of these underground parts, and this is just going to take those metal plates, it's going to export it, it's going to spit them out here, And I want this to be more so of a permanent change, so here's what I'll do. Clear out all of that. And really what I'm going for here is that I want to just make one area for these little junctions that'll just take care of practically everything for the rest of the game pretty much. So let's see if this will work. Now, currently I have a few conveyor belts needing to go to this junction, which is fine. And I'm likely to build some more factories inside this field over here, so this will actually be a perfect location for it. And all it is really going to be, it's going to be just really like a really big splitter area. So get rid of some of these trees here. We're probably going to need a few more. Actually, no, we don't need a few more underground sections. So we do need a lot more of these spitter sections. And yeah, we'll just rig this area up. So it's going to spit into one, then two more, and then following that, it's going to do this. It's going to move those goods into 3 different lanes. And in each and every single one of those 3 lanes, it's going to split into 2 more sections. And I think this will be enough for a long time. So make this like little octopus looking thing. And yeah, it'll pretty much do that. It'll do this huge array for splits. And with that said, with this array set up, it's going to then connect over here to all of the different running the little veins, if you will, we already have. So put these right here. This will be number 1. Oh, actually we probably could get rid of that part. And we'll make vein number 2, vein number 3, and such. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I think we'll have one more location over here that's spitting out things too. And evidently, I think we only have 3 of these locations needed, so this will be good. So yeah, this area will just sort of supply all of these different chains with their necessary runs, because yeah, we did remove the 4th chain. And in the meantime, what I can do is I can make the inserter area over here once again. And this will just sort of put more things over there, pretty much. Okay, we'll power up the machines just for now. And going from here, we'll need a way to transport the iron ore to wrap around here. So we already have an area set up for that over here, which is the nice thing. So this lane of minerals will actually come over here. Gonna need some more circuits. And it's effectively just gonna go right through this. It's gonna come out over there. And yeah, pretty much it's just gonna wrap around here until it gets to the end point, really. So yeah, over here it's gonna do a little curve, because I think that's the only way we can help. This area is gonna be slightly problematic because it needs to stay on the land, but yeah, I can do that. I can wrap it around like that. It's gonna come out over here. And this line is really just gonna do this. It's gonna curve all the way around.